PeggyJKleinplatz, Magnificent Sex, Lessons from Extraordinary Lovers. Magnificent Sex, Lessons from Extraordinary Lovers teaches readers how to enhance their relationships by improving their sexual experiences. Providing valuable insights from remarkable couples, this book breaks down the elements of exceptional intimacy and debunks common myths about sexuality. The summary will delve into the importance of empathy, communication, and vulnerability in sexual relationships. Readers will discover how genuine connection, self-acceptance, and cultivating intimacy skills lead to more satisfying, quality sexual encounters that rejuvenate desirability and overall relationship satisfaction.
Desirable sex. Low sexual desire is a prevalent issue among couples, leading them to seek help from sex therapists. The focus of their attention is mostly towards the frequency of intercourse without considering the quality of it. Interestingly, having bad or unsatisfying sex can reduce sexual desire, making it essential to focus on sexual quality rather than quantity. The key to reviving sex life and increasing sexual desire is to engage in better, fulfilling sex. Remarkable lovers having extraordinary sex can help guide couples in cultivating a desirable sex life. The art of magnificent sex. To experience extraordinary sex, lovers must be focused, connected, and vulnerable. The authors of the book have identified these three key themes in their interviews with standout lovers. Magnificent sex should be 100% engrossing with no room for distractions, and the partners must leave all worries outside the bedroom. A sense of profound connection is also essential, as partners feel like they are fused into a single person. However, to achieve such a connection, lovers must be willing to be vulnerable and reveal their true selves and deepest desires. Shedding inhibitions and taking risks enable the unique feeling of freedom necessary for magnificent sex. Ultimately, the authors argue that cultivating these skills will lead to mind-blowing sex, which is worth the effort. Age is an advantage. Sex gets better with age. The older you get, the more you explore and evolve, making it more enjoyable. In the movies, extraordinary sex seems to be a privilege of the young and beautiful. However, this notion is far from the truth. The authors of this book have found that age is, in fact, an advantage when it comes to sexual experiences. Contrary to popular belief, magnificent sex isn't reserved for the young and unwrinkled, it's available to all ages. Through interviews with extraordinary lovers, the authors discovered that the media's perception of sex is incorrect. Most interviewees pointed out that their sex lives improved as they aged. One of the reasons for this seems to be that the nature of the sex they were having changed. The goal-oriented mindset that dominated their minds when they were young was replaced with an exploratory attitude, focusing more on intimacy and connection. Age plays a key role in this change. As individuals age, they become more self-assured, making them less worried about being judged. Evidently, stability in the self-image empowers older partners to take risks and explore their sexualities in depth. Extraordinary lovers reveal that their sexual development never really ends. As they age and evolve throughout their lives, the sex they're having does too. Most report discovering new things about themselves and their partners well into their 60s and 70s. In conclusion, the message of this book is clear: age is an advantage, and hot and passionate sex isn't reserved for the young. The mentality and approach to sex evolve with age, making it more enjoyable. Characteristics of extraordinary lovers. Extraordinary lovers are open, curious, and self-accepting, according to the authors of Magnificent Sex. Although extraordinary lovers differ in personalities, preferences, and private fantasies, they also share common qualities that can be emulated by everyone. These individuals have a willingness to take risks and try new things, not just in the bedroom but also emotionally. Furthermore, they are accepting of themselves, letting go of self-criticism and accepting imperfections. Becoming an extraordinary lover involves making oneself vulnerable, exploring new things sexually, and getting to know your partner's preferences. It requires being kind to oneself and toning down negative self-criticisms. Mastering magnificent sex. Great sex is not just about mastering contorted positions and exotic maneuvers. The most crucial sexual skills are empathy and communication. Empathy means understanding your partner's physical and mental state, while communication involves talking about what you want, what feels good, and your most private fantasies. These fundamental skills are what create a deep connection and cultivate magnificent intimacy. So, forget about mechanical sex by numbers and focus on empathizing and communicating with your partner. It's the key to a lifetime of fantastic sex. Effort makes magnificent sex. Great sex doesn't just happen spontaneously but takes intentional planning and effort. The authors of the book interviewed successful couples who shared that their amazing sex life resulted from practicing skills such as curiosity, open communication, empathy, and vulnerability. The secret to magnificent sex is therefore not only about the physical act but also about emotional, mental, and psychological preparation towards it. Couples who desire to have better sex should be willing to put in the work and time needed to develop these skills. The good news is that with patience and intentionality, anyone can become an extraordinary lover.
In conclusion, Magnificent Sex. Lessons from Extraordinary Lovers offers a refreshing perspective on achieving extraordinary sexual experiences. The author highlights that magnificent sex is about deep connection, vulnerability, empathy, and communication between partners, rather than superficial or mechanical acts. Age is not a deterrent but an advantage, as experience and maturity promote more profound exploration of one's desires and needs. By embracing the principles of extraordinary lovers and committing to intentional effort, individuals can cultivate a sex life worth desiring, thus enhancing their relationships and overall well-being.